Tank and Trucker, and I got a just some gameplay that I just had in my Oho. Basically, what I wanted to kind of just shoot the Shiznit with you guys real quick, and just let you know. In probably about 3 days, I'll be probably heading up north. I imagine to Washington State to pick a load up. Probably heading back out east. So I might not be on for. I'm guessing about a week or so, week and a half. So that's why I'm trying to spit out as many videos as I can now, just to kind of make up for being kind of invisible for about a week and a half. That's why a lot of times if I'm not on, that's usually what happens. Is uh, that route is just it's going up that way is a headache. It's far and few between for truck stops that have internet. I have real piss poor signal up that way. It's not even worth trying to get on and play tanks, let alone try and make a video to get it uploaded. Um, the way these cell phone services work, you get unlimited data for, on your phone, but you only get 5 gigs to use your phone to tether. So that's like you upload 2 or 3 videos and you're done. I mean, basically that 5 gigs is chewed up. Um, so just wanted to give you a heads up. I might not be on for about a week and a half. But don't fret. I always make up for it when I get back to where I'm in the, let's say, civilization. um, and I try and spit out as many videos for you guys as I can. So if you don't see me for about a week and a half, that's where I'm at. Don't worry, I will be back on. You guys take it easy and hold on for a minute, and I'll have some gameplay of the Oh-Ho for you. Hey, everybody. How you guys doing today? It's Tank and Trucker, and we're going to take the Oh-Ho out for a test run on Arctic Region. This is, for a heavy that's slow like this, this map is not good when they have artillery. If they get a shot off on you, stun you, knock your tracks off, if there's more than one, then you're in deep trouble. The good thing was they only had one artillery, so didn't have to sweat bullets too much once I make it behind that hill over at like G. What is that? G7? About H7ish. If you make it over there without artillery putting rounds in you already, you're doing good. A lot of times you'll get tank destroyers that get up on that ridge. You'll get the guys that come down around this side right here where you see the heavies already coming around this way. And if I wasn't going to try shooting him, I thought I was gonna, and I decided not to because with a derp shell, it just takes so darn long. This is where, um, with those two R2D2s right here, it's stopping my gun from being able to go down with a 10 degrees of gun depression to even get a shot at that KV-13 who's almost in front of me. When you saw when I stopped, the gun actually raised up in the air a little bit. Let me change this. Aha! I remembered. Yay! If I put a sticker on my laptop for everything that I forget, this damn thing would look like one big sticky note. So I angled, which in turn brought the gun down, but he was, whoops, oh dang it all. He was smart enough to get out of that area really quick. At Carnarvon, I won't say anything, but if you look at his stats, you can see he's red, so right off the bat, I knew a heavy was setting up there. Um, I mean, that was the worst thing that the top tier on the enemy team could do, is set up there, and I don't know if he thought he was going to snipe. That KV-13 just got ammo racked. I don't know if he thought he was going to snipe, but he needed to be down here with the other heavies. I could have hit that 4503 and knocked him out, because even though he was like had his side like he was gonna try and side scrape. It doesn't matter with a heat shell. With him having 135 hit points, I'd have finished him off easily. What I want to do is get down by the water so I can come up around the backs, the other side of these guys here. So I push forward. The aim time on this isn't the fastest. That T-28 prototype starts coming back out. So I put a shell into him. And then when I saw he only hit me for 252, I knew he had the small gun. So he's got a fast reload, but he's not doing 400 average damage. He's doing about 240 average damage. So we popped the top off that 1357 there. Just keep right on her rolling. Because Artie can hit me if he's up, in the A9 area. He can hit me down here. So I wanted to push forward as fast as I could and use this hill right here, basically, so Artie couldn't shoot me. Now, the only drawback with me going down here is you got to go up a hill. When you hit hills in this thing, it's I don't want to say painful, but it's slow going. And I felt bad because that IS-3 is trying to take on a prototype and the KV-3 at the same time. And you can see the T-29 is just kind of setting, well, I guess he's shooting at the prototype. So I hit him in the side there, left him with 17 hit points. I was a little bit shaky on taking that shot because the accuracy on this is not the best in the world, and I was afraid I was going to shoot over his turret and hit the T-29 on my team behind him. So there's the Carnarvon who stayed in the Quebec and fucked his team over. Because if he would have came down there and helped him, guaranteed, that was a nice hit, 444 on the turret of a Carnarvon. Yeah, guaranteed if he would have came down here and helped those heavies, we would have had a little more of a difficulty rolling over them as easy as we did. That's where I got my splash damage. Darn, our IS-3 just got taken out by artillery. So I wanted my front face the Carnarvon there, because that's where Artie hit me and stunned me, but I see him, and I go ahead, use my repair kit, and that's where it landed right on top of his gun. That's why it only did 200 and, 80? Yeah, 280 hit points of damage to him. I needed to get my front facing this Carnarvon again before he went and shot me in the side again, which he did for another 229. Carnarvon's got great penetration, so him standing back here like an idiot stick, all he did is help us win. So I'm averaging about 200. Let's see, I hit him. Let's pause it for a second here. So 237, 253. I can't see much further down there. But so far I've done 1,034 damage on the Carnarvon alone. Yeah, so yeah, he should have definitely came down and helped the heavies where that low road is by the water. Him doing what he did basically sealed the fate of his team to lose. And that Steyr Waffenträger was shooting straight premium rounds at me. He ended up bouncing like 5 or 6 shells off me. He would have been smart to have started backing up a while ago and gotten out of there. At first, I only had 297 hit points left. I thought, I'm going to sit here and cap. And I thought, the hell with it. Let's go get some more hit points of damage. They only got 3 tanks left. It's kind of a good thing I did, because I get a shot here on their J Panther 2 in a minute, and that bumps me up closer to 3,000 damage. More damage you do, obviously the better win 8 you get. And I like to have big fat win 8s. My objective is to one day get my win 8 up enough to where it's Perpel. I got lucky at that J Panther. He just got hit by artillery. But that one knocked him down to 118 hit points, and somebody pops him and finishes him off. So, had a pretty good match in the old Oho. But yeah, you can see it's got great armor from the front, but the sides, that Carnarvon was going through the sides with standard ammo, but I did kind of screw up in a way because I was giving him a nice flat spot to hit. What I should have done more than anything was probably angle it to where the front was facing him, and hope for the best. But what are you gonna do? Can't hit rewind and go back and do it again. So I'll have to remember for next time. That's all you can do. If you guys want to hold on for a minute, I'll have some post game stats for you. Alrighty, for the results of this match, it was pretty good. With this mod that I got, I get to look and see what my win 8 is for the match, which I really like. That match, I had a 4,514 win 8. My overall win 8 for the day so far is 2,696. So, pretty good stats so far for the day. That was Master Badge Class 2. I got a Demolition Expert because I popped the top on a 1357. He was almost dead at 2. I think he only had a few hit points. 138. Got a Fire for Effect, Shell Proof, Hand of God. That one's because you survive and win the battle having received damage from at least 4 different enemy vehiculars. A Bruiser, and a Steel Wall. Experience for that match was 3,144, and got 46,338 credits. We'll go over what we did for damage. We bounced 4 from the Carnarvon there for 920 damage. I just noticed that. One says ricochet, none penetrating, and none penetrations. So I got hit a total of 5 times from them. 4 were none pens, and 1 was a ricochet. I wonder how they consider that, what the difference is, because to me, a non-penetrating round basically the same. It just a ricochet didn't penetrate. I don't know. Anyway, so 920 there. Oh, and it's funny, they only counted as 4 hits, not 5. Strange. But this is why I like HE. When you hit somebody, knocked out his track, destroyed his track, and injured his driver, and we did hit him 3 times for 1,034. J Panther 2 knocked out his radio operator, hit him once for 245. So you don't hit for a lot if you hit a thick armored part of the vehicle. HE, when it hits on the outside of the vehicle and doesn't penetrate, because this doesn't have a super penetration. I think is it 45, something like that. Let's look. 75. Well, actually, 75 is not bad. But when it splashes or detonates on the outside of the vehicle, because it does not penetrate completely, basically it just does splash damage, which still damage is damage. Obviously the more that it penetrates, the more damage you do. So this one really didn't penetrate that much and did 245 damage. But the nice thing about HE is it's pretty much, I don't want to say guaranteed, but it's almost guaranteed damage every time. Sometimes it might, if I shot a T95 with this, I might only do 15 damage. And I've seen it happen. But I turn around and shoot the Steyr Waffenträger, and I can take him out in one shot. It's, thinly armored stuff. So the prototype, damage upon us spotting him was 25. Blocked one of his rounds for 240, so he had the small gun on there. Because the big gun is the same gun that goes on the T-34. So average damage of that gun is, I believe, is it 420? 399, 420? Let's take a peek. It's the same gun that's on the T-34, so 400. So yeah, he definitely had the smaller gun on there. So, and we knocked out his radio, his gunner, his loader. So basically, you knock out one of those 2, you got to choose. Do you want to load fast, or do you want to actually hit your targets? So yeah, that really screwed him when I knocked out both those. Hit him 3 times for 920 damage. 4503, spotted him and he got hit for 33 damage. Spotted the KV-13, The Steyr Waffentrager spotted him, and he got hit for 124. I blocked 5 of his shots for 1,200 damage. Knocked out his engine and his gun. Hit him 1 time for 212 and finished him off. If he'd have been full health, it would have finished him off. This one I was very surprised on the artillery. The Lorraine 155-50, it doesn't have a lot of armor. No artillery really does. And when the round hit, it was actually pretty pitiful. But we originally spotted him, and then when we spotted him, he got 60 damage done. I knocked out his gun, injured his commander, and it hit him for a lousy 280. So I hit him for 280. He has really no armor. Oh, that explains it right there. Because it knocked out his gun. More than likely, it hit right on his gun. Guaranteed that's why it did so little damage. Because I did 280 damage on him and the J Panther 2, which is really well armored. I did less damage, but 245. So about 35 less damage on an artillery. I should have just taken him out, but it landed right on his gun, so his gun basically ate a lot of the damage is what happened. That kind of answers that one. The mystery. The 1375 blocked a shot from him for 90. Knocked out his turret, ammo rack, his commander, and when I knocked out his ammo rack, I destroyed it, so I popped his top, and he had 138 hit points left and finished him off. Did 2,829 damage. Got 2 kills, and the base experience on that was 1,048, so pretty good. Pretty good. We had 11 shots, 10 hit, 10 pens. 1 of the rounds did splash damage, and I think that was on the Carnarvon. I hit next to it, and he took a little bit of damage, not anything substantial. From a distance of more than 300 meters, we did 280, and that would have been on artillery, and I was lucky at that distance. You really can even hit anything. The dispersion on this is 0.51. That's like artillery dispersion. Yeah, so I got pretty lucky. I hit him even hit him at all. We got hit 17 times, 6 penetrated, 11 bounced for 2,450 damage blocked by our armor. Spotted 2 vehicles, damaged 6, destroyed 2. Damage caused with our assistance was 242. Made 46,338 credits after they resupplied the ammo, fixed the vehicle and consumables. Still made 25,000 credits. So not too shabby, really. The Yoho, the only real drawback with this is those frickin' 2 R2D2s right in the front block you from being able to aim straight on and use your minus 10 gun depression. In order to use that 10, you have to aim over this way so you can get past the R2D2s or over here. So if there's something directly in front of you, it kind of sucks in a way because you have to angle it this way, which gives them a nice flat spot right there. A lot of times they don't see that, don't shoot it, but if they do, they'll penetrate that every time. And same goes for this way. You gotta aim it, angle it this way, which gives them a flat spot right there. But this thing's got wicked armor. I mean, hull armor 200 in the front. The turret's got 200 all the way around. That turret is just freaking phenomenal. 105 on the hull on the sides and 150 in the rear. It's kind of funny. It's got 150 in the keister, and it's only got 105 on the sides. It is flat though, so that's where you got to worry about a penetrating round that's decent enough penetration going right through your side, even at an angle. At an angle you can still bounce a lot of the rounds unless they hit that big flat spot right there. So it's like the Type 4 and Type 5 Heavy, when they designed these, they made one big flaw, and that's that corner right there. Too bad it couldn't have been, instead of being so flat, like rounded. I mean, you got round turrets, but even look at their turret. Flat, flat, flat. Nothing's really round. If they went with rounded materials, this thing would bounce a hell of a lot more than it does. Because if that were rounded, try penetrating a thick round piece of metal. It's gonna bounce off. But yeah, so anyways, that was a pretty good match. I've done a review of the Yoho, but I thought I'd throw it on here just to kind of an oldie but a goodie, because a lot of people don't play these big behemoths because they're slow, they're huge, and they're prone to getting hit by artillery. And now with the stunning effect, if artillery sees you and you get spotted, they get a hard on for you, and they just want to keep throttling you. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. You guys take it easy, be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield.